This video has two objectives. One is to show how my Flair Puppeteer has been converted to electric power, and the other is to show how I've detached the tail end of the plane so that it's easy to store. It's also easy to transport. This obviously is the front end, as you can see, hanging up in the workshop. And then alongside it we've got the tail end, which is also hanging up on the wall, so it makes a nice compact unit for storing. The other part of the video will be to show you how I've converted the Puppeteer to electric power and made the front end, which is the cowl and the power assembly, detachable from the model. As you can see, this is my Flair magnetilla. This plane is under construction, and if you look at the front end of this, it's very similar, in fact virtually the same as the Puppeteer. Coming from the same manufacturer, they've used the same basic fuselage system, and what I've done is modified the front end because it's no longer going to have an IC engine, and the way it's cut out allows me to fit the cowl from the Puppeteer onto the magnetilla. So therefore I'll have the one power unit which will be flying the two planes. Here we have the front end of the Puppeteer with the power unit removed. You can see inside the receiver and some of the wire in there. This is the other end of the cowl, and it slots up into the main frame like that. It goes up. There's a tongue on the top which is up inside. Here's the hole with a captive nut in, which holds the whole assembly on. Looking at this assembly on its own, we've got, see if I can put it in the right place. We turn it over, and here we have the opening for the power units. The batteries go in there. So the batteries slide in there right up to the front, because with the Puppeteer being a short nose, it needs all the weight up front. These connectors are for the two batteries which go into the top. Here is the screw which comes through to hold the whole thing in place. This is actually sprung, this screw, so it goes back up into the unit, and if using a screwdriver into this hole here, you can actually push the screw into the plane and screw it into place. This plug here is for connecting to the receiver. As you can see in there, that there's the ESC in there, electronic speed control. This wire hanging out here is just a safety connector, so while you're connecting your batteries up in here, you're not making the system live, because this acts as a switch. This is a break in the circuit, so the whole thing won't just fly into action. And all you do is plug a little plug a little blank into there with a connection across it, which creates the connection. So that's the main end. There's the tongue I was mentioning at the top there, which slots up into the fuselage. That's basically it. Of course, inside then we've got our motor and speed controller, and we've also got a U-back in there which supplies the power to the receiver. Right, here's the unit again with the batteries inserted. They go in like that right to the front, and when this fits into the model, the back of these, there's a foam block which actually keeps them from moving around. They're pretty solid in there though. They don't shift around much. They're quite a nice fit. As you can see, there's one of those cells. They're 2200s. They're both connected in parallel to give you extra power, or duration I should say, and then they just plug in to there like that. So that's that.